and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer and it is February and we are back up at the shop yet again because we are going to do our final set of contracts before the spring. Now, as I suspected last time, they're a little bit thin on the ground, the contracts. We've only got choice between three. A pretty dismal cultivating contract that's it's going to earn us less than £2,000 once we lease the equipment, and two plowing contracts. One on field 11 for nearly 11,000, so we'll make over 10,000 for that, and one on field 42 for 4,000. Both of these, going with the details, are going to take pretty much most of my recording time for this episode. So I'm going to go with the bigger one. If we have enough time, we might take on the smaller one as well, because this plow is twice the size of that. So we'll see how this goes. So let's borrow the items from field 11. And we've got quite a nice New Holland T7. Is this the HD? This is the HD, isn't it? Yeah, a 275 HD for this. And that's pretty good. I like this tractor a lot, as you could probably guess from being a fan of the New Hollands. So this should do the job pretty well. We should be able to get through most of this today. If I can get both of these done, it's going to get us really close to 100,000 to start the spring with, which would be great. We still have no sign of a tractor in the used sales. It's amazing that nothing has appeared in here that's really of any use to us. There's the odd set of bales, but even these, they're not stacks. They're just single bales. So, yeah, closest thing to being useful is the combine, and we have nowhere near enough money for that. So, yeah, let's fold this up and head out to field 11. Now, field 11 is a field that we've declined to do in the past. So finally it's come back. I think we had this up when we were doing our last set of plowing contracts, and now it's come back, and it's going to take us longer to do it this time, because we declined to do it with the larger plow last time. I don't think this is a field we've worked yet. We've worked field 14 definitely, but I don't remember ever coming into field 11 here from this direction, and certainly the gate being closed seems to support that. So I'm going to go to the far side of the field, the wide a bit. We're going to work our way sort of north-south. Let's unfold the plow, and the plow is in the right direction for this as well, which is good news. We have done the field next to it, so we have done field 12, and it looks like there's an entrance from field 12 as well. But we've never worked, I don't think we've ever worked this close to the main farm. Maybe one of the fields the other side is a similar sort of distance. But yeah, I don't think we've ever worked this close to the main farm, really. And we are too far out into the fields there. We'll line ourselves up. Try again. Right, and then we'll set our first waypoint on our GPS like that and drive along this edge here, and with any luck that should set us up really well for the rest of the field. And this has been pretty straight along this edge, so I'm very happy about that. Let's set our second waypoint then. We'll bring the lines on and we'll auto width it. And that's not too bad. It's going to push us over to the side, which is slightly annoying. But it should mean at least we get an overlap in our first row. So get that there. Turn us around. Yeah, looking like a pretty solid GPS course this. Back it up. And forwards and onto the course, down, and we'll see if this works. But certainly at the moment that's looking pretty spot on And yeah, as I said, for our first row, it looks like we're getting a bit of an overlap, but that's not surprising because it's also a little bit off the exact course that we took. Once again, the headlands seem to be going a little bit faster than the rest of the field. We are 10% complete after 3 rows. There's no way we're actually 10% complete on this field. So I need to pay close attention to that. I think in future, getting the headlands done, well, we know getting the headlands done tends to speed things up. So the more I can get done on those, the better. It is pretty amazing, though, that we are 10% done already. It does put, the GPS does put the tracked tire very nicely into the first section of our plowed land. So I'm liking this. This is looking very, very good. If we can get this done by early afternoon, we might have a chance of having a crack at that second contract. Otherwise, I don't know whether it's worth doing the third one. Ideally, we want to get all 3 contracts done today. That will give us 100,000. I just don't think that's possible in the time we've got. A third of the way through the field. We are just over an hour and a half into the job. I was hoping that we might get this done in 4 hours. 4 hours would have been 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. At the rate we are at the moment, we're looking more like 1 o'clock-ish, which is actually not bad. The question I then have is, do I feel confident enough that I can get the second field done in time? It is February, so we have a little bit more daylight than we've had for the previous few months. But will the double width of this plow actually result in half the time on that other one? Oh, it's going to be a bit of a toss-up, and I don't quite know where it might end up. But it would be really good if we could get that second plowing contract done today and get ourselves at least within spitting distance of 100,000. Given the next time I really want to start setting up the farmyard. The grass won't be ready to cut in March. There is at least that. But we can start getting some animals. We might be able to get a greenhouse in. We basically want to start setting ourselves up so that we earn at least 20,000 per day from just our own yard. And then if we have to do some more contracting, then we can go and do that and earn more. What we want to be doing at this point is accelerating how much money we can earn per day. And that 20,000 really has to be the baseline. So getting as close as we can today and getting ourselves set up as much as possible tomorrow is going to be a big thing. With any luck, we might start getting some fertilizing contracts again, and we know that we can make lots of money very quickly by doing those. That's the 2.5 hour point, and we still aren't halfway through this. We're about 46-47% of the way through this contract. So that's going to be more than 5 hours overall that this is going to take us. That is slightly worrying. Yeah, that's taking longer than I would have liked. Another 2.5 hours is going to take us to 1:30. Oh, even starting that other contract at 2 o'clock, that is going to be cutting it very close. I think the cultivating contract is pretty much out of the question. Unless we put a hired worker on it, which I don't really want to be doing with these contracts. I don't think we're going to be able to get to that. As a result, we're looking at making about 14,000 today. If we're lucky, 10,000 at least, which is of course way down on the 20,000 that I have targeted every day on here. But we'll keep on going. We are going to cross the 50% threshold any minute, and hopefully we won't get too delayed into the afternoon. Before we continue on the farm, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create a custom line of PCs suitable for everyone from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. And the highest spec machines are also perfect for streaming and content creation. Apex Gaming PCs have dropped the prices on almost all their products by 30%, so there's never been a better time to go check them out. It's just gone 12:30 and we're coming up to, roughly 2/3 of the way through this contract. Bad news is that the other plowing contract has been taken, so we've only got the cultivating contract left, and we'll have to see whether we can fit that in. But I think with the size of cultivator and everything there, that's going to be a bit of a push. So we might actually start having a look and see if there's a way we can generate or start generating money in our yard. I think we might see if we can pick up a either a small chicken coop or place down a greenhouse and go from there. I might even do both. A small chicken coop shouldn't cost us that much, and neither should a greenhouse. So either of those in position is immediately going to start generating money for us for not a huge amount of money. So I think we'll have a look at that. I'll see what I can get and pick up. And first, though, we need to get this contract finished, which at the moment kind of feels never ending. I mean, we've been at it for a few hours in game, and yeah, we've got a long way, but it only feels like, looking at the map, it only feels like I'm halfway through the field, even though I'm 2/3 of the way through the contract. And that is the contract finished just as I was putting my plow back in the ground for one more row. We've got probably 2 rows here, so we'll get them finished. It is 3:20 though, so even if that contract had still been available, we wouldn't have been able to do it. It's just way too late in the day. So I'm just going to finish off these last couple of rows, tidy this field up, and then we'll head back down to the shop, and I will get the money for this, and we can go back to our own farm and finish off today, I think, by looking at what our options are and seeing if we can maybe get some of the jobs that we want and some of the improvements to our own farm started maybe a month early, seeing as we're going to have about 194,000. I have about 94,000 available to us to play around with. So back to the shop, and we'll just park this up. We still have all of those bags of seeds we need to get back to our farm, and that bale carrier. I think we'll grab that when we take some stuff back for the for baling and doing work down at the farm. For now, let's return this and get this contract completed. So 10,970 minus 656, that's 10,317. We will collect that. There is not enough time to do the other contract today. Let's instead have a look at what's in the shop. That combine is still hanging around, but yeah, only new thing is that tedder, and I'm not going for that, so we'll leave that. And therefore, yeah, we'll just jump in the landy. We'll head back down to our farm. And I think we'll have a look at what we can add today. Maybe see if we can get our farm producing some money a little bit on the side while we continue to build things up with contracts. And that way, we will accelerate things and get ourselves built up even quicker. Back down to our farmyard then, and we want to just park this up here. Got a very small house here. At some point we'll build something else. But we've got a little bit of space around the back of some of these barns and places like this. So this area here, we could possibly put some chickens in here. We've got an area up here. Actually, this I think would be a perfect area for us to put in a greenhouse or something like that. There's also this field here. So this field here is the grass field we're looking to buy. The grass, as you can see, is fairly low at the moment, but possibly cuttable, actually. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that isn't actually any type of grass. We'd probably have to plow all of this field up and redo it. So, yeah, none of the grass fields are actual grass at the moment, interestingly. So, yeah, there's a lot of work that we'll need doing on this field before it's usable. But we don't own it yet, so that's not an issue. So let's just have a look. Is there a perfect place for a chicken coop? So animals, let's bring in the chickens. I downloaded a few chicken coops. We've got a few like this that we could put in areas like that. But I think this corner here is actually perfect for one of these. 1,500. It'll take 40 chickens. And yeah, should do the trick. It's got a... We're going to need to flatten the area first, I think. So let's get landscaping and just flatten this out. Just so that that corner is nice and flat. And then we should be able to go chickens and one of these small chicken coops. We could put, yeah, we could put that one in. Right, it says it overlaps with another area, which is why we're flattening this out in the first place. Bring that over there like so. Try that again then. We'll go with the newer shape one. Perfect. Now that we've flattened that out, what we can do is place anywhere, and for 2,000, because it's the newer one, we can go bam. And there we go. That then gives us a nice area. I want to get rid of this grass. We don't need the grass here. That just shows the area. So we want to paint. No, that's dirt. That's not it either. I think actually we could put an area of dirt just around here where the chickens are. I don't know quite what this is. I'm guessing this is some sort of gravel on the ground. We are spending money to do this, of course. Isn't great, but is that the same gravel? No. Pathway. There we go. That's what we're after. Get rid of that grass. There we go. That works nicely. And so, yeah, we've got a chicken coop over here. So we just need to get some feed, and then we'll be able to start producing some eggs here, which will be brilliant. And we'll start off with a few chickens, and the idea will be to have chickens breed and sell them as well. And then under greenhouses, we've got a few new choices. Now, these advanced greenhouses here, they take... I think they take manure as well as water. And yeah, so they're going to be a little bit more difficult to do. We've got, yeah, these are all from those are all from the Orchards pack. We've got those that produce normal stuff. I'm going to try producing some new stuff. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting greenhouse to get that to do that. So if we put this round this way, where does it generate stuff? Trying to see exactly where stuff gets output, and I'm not sure. Oh yeah, on the side. So yeah, on that side there. This needs a lot of space around it. We might end up having to leave these for a little bit, just because I need to work out exactly how we're going to fit these in. And we might go with a little bit more options. We do have some new orchard options, though, which might be great out in this field, especially down the corner here, where that's a problem. So we've got some more options and things that we can play around with. For now, though, I think that might be a good place to end because we don't really have manure or anything like that we can do stuff with those advanced greenhouses and bits. And I need to explore them a little bit more. For now, then, what I'm going to do is finish here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below. Follow on Twitch to watch live. And for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.